Good morning, muscles. It's Mr. Fallon. Today is Tuesday. Today is going to be an amazing day. Remember, Good Morning Muscles is your daily Kickstarter for what's going to be an outstanding day. Good Morning Muscles is uploaded on It's Mr. Fallon's YouTube page every morning at 6 a.m. First thing you do when you wake up in the morning. Wake up, turn on Good Morning Muscles, kickstart your day in what's going to be an awesome day. Let's go. Alright, boys and girls, today we have a brand new warm-up game for you. This brand new warm-up game is called Fruit Grabber. This is how it works. You are going to do jumping jacks when our warm-up starts. Anytime you see fruit, you're going to grab it. Anytime you see something that's not a fruit, you're going to give it a karate kick or a karate chop. Are you ready? Remember, karate kicks, karate chops, the things that aren't fruit, and grab your fruits. Let's see how many points you can get today. Ready, set, jumping jacks. Grab it. Grab it. Back to jumping jacks. Karate kick. Back to jumping jacks. Chop it. Back to jumping jacks. Oh, yummy. Grab it. Oh, yummy. Jumping grab it. Back to jumping jacks. Karate kick. Back to jumping jacks. Oh, jumping karate chop. Yeah. Jumping karate chop. Back to jumping jacks. How many points are you scoring? You still have nice I's and X's with your jumping jacks? Oh, grab it. Another one. Grab it. Back to jumping jacks. Karate kick. Grab it. Grab it. Back to jumping jacks. Karate chop. Karate chop. Back to jumping jacks. Oh, our score's getting really high. We're getting so strong. Grab it. Another one. Grab it. Uh-oh. Karate kick. Back to jumping jacks. Oh, only 30 more seconds. Keep going. We're working hard. We're getting strong. This is so awesome. Oh, jump and grab it. Back to jumping jacks. Oh, we're almost done. Karate kick. Oh, another one. Karate kick. Jump and chop. Oh, my favorite. Jump and grab it. Wow. What a great workout, boys and girls. We got so strong. So why did the chicken cross the park? To get to the sandbox. It's now time for Spot Run Story Time. And boys and girls, I can't believe it, but we're on the last chapter of Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Boys and girls, get up, Spot Run, and today we're going to hear all about Lewis. Do you remember who Lewis is? Let's find out. Lewis had a red face and a mustache of many colors. He was the yard teacher at Wayside School. It was his job to see that the children didn't have too much fun during lunch and recess. And if you haven't already guessed, he is the one who wrote this book. On June 10th, there was a blizzard. Lewis was afraid that the children would have too much fun, so nobody was allowed outside. Hopefully we don't have a blizzard on June 10th. Class, said Mrs. Jules, after you finish your lunch today, come back up to the classroom. You're not allowed outside. The children all went to the classroom. Miss Mush had made tuna surprise. They looked at it, then hurried back up the stairs. There was nothing to do. Too bad it wasn't sunny out. Jump! One. Remember, 10 of your highest jumps, I said the magic jump word. Anytime somebody says the S word I just said, 10 of your highest jumps. Sorry about that. All right, back to our story. I lost my spot. Now, class, said Mrs. Jules, I know that you are all bored, but I have a special surprise for you. I hope it's better than the tuna surprise, said Mauricia. Mrs. Jules continued, Lewis is going to come up and entertain us. He will tell us a story. Now I want you all to be on your best behavior. When Lewis walked in, all the children booed. Are you going to tell us a story? Asked Bibi. Yes, said Lewis. Well, it better be good, Bibi warned. It better be better than the tuna surprise, said Butterfingers. I thought the tuna surprise was good, said Lewis. You'd eat dirt if they put enough ketchup on it, said Mac. Hey, everybody, be quiet, said Todd. Let him tell the story. Not too loud, Lewis, said Sherry. I'm trying to get some sleep. Lewis sat in the middle of the room and all the children gathered around. Lewis began his story. This is a story about a school very much like this one. But before we get started, there's something you ought to know. In this school, every classroom is on the same story. Which one, the 18th? Asked Jenny. No, said Lewis. They are all on the ground. The school is only 1 story high. Remember, Wayside School is 30 stories high. Not much of a school, laughed Damon. Lewis continued. Now you might think the children there are strange and silly. That is probably true. However, when I told them stories about you, they thought you were strange and silly. Us? The children answered. How are we strange? I am normal, said Stephen, aren't I? As normal as I am, Joe assured him. The children at that school must be crazy, said Leslie. Real Lulus, Mauricia agreed. Tell us about them, Lewis, Bibi demanded. For one thing, Lewis said, none of these children has ever been turned into an apple. That's silly, said Dee Dee. Everybody's been turned into an apple. It's part of growing up, Lewis continued. Dead rats don't walk into the classroom wearing raincoats. What do they wear, tuxedos? Asked Todd. And the girls never try to sell their toes, Lewis added. Well, no wonder, said Leslie, at today's prices. Lewis continued. They don't trade names or read upside down. They can't turn mosquito bites into numbers. They don't count the hairs on their head. The walls don't laugh. And 2 + 2 always equals 4. How horrible, said Damon. That's not the worst of it, said Lewis. They have never had Maurecia-flavored ice cream. A hush fell over the classroom. Mrs. Jules, I'm scared, said Allison. Is there really a school like that? Of course not, said Mrs. Jules. Louis was just telling a story. It was a good story, said Leslie. I thought it was not smart, said Kathy. I liked it, said Rondi. It was funny. Mrs. Jules said, Louis, it was a very entertaining story, but we don't really go in for fairy tales here. I'm trying to teach the class the truth. That's all right, said Louis. I have to go down to room 29 now and tell them a story. He started out the door. Class, said Mrs. Jules, let's all thank Louis for his wonderful story. Everybody booed. Wow, that's the end of Wayside Stories, Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Boys and girls, if you did the spot run the whole time, here's your score. Tune in tomorrow during Good Morning Muscles, and we're starting a new story. I can't wait to find out what that is. All right, for our game today, we are going to continue working on gymnastics, and today for our game, we're going to be working on making some shapes with our body. Now today, boys and girls, we're going to make letters with our body. Mr. Fallon's going to demonstrate a few letters standing up. Let's see if you know what letter Mr. Fallon's making. Can you tell what letter this is? This is the letter X. I'm sure you got it. Now let's see you go ahead and try to make a letter X. And be nice and still. Make sure your feet are apart and your hands are apart. If your hands come down, all of a sudden it doesn't look like a letter X, does it? Or if your hands are too straight up, again, doesn't look like a letter X. Work really hard. Make a nice letter X like this. Alright, that's a letter X. Now let's see if you can make a letter T. How can you make a letter T with your body? Now, boys and girls, you can make this letter T standing up, or if it's easier, you could try to lay down and make a letter T. Mr. Fallon's going to make his letter T like this. Again, make sure your arms are straight out. You want it to look like a nice letter T. All right, that's getting pretty easy. Now let's try one that's a little trickier. How can you make a letter O with your body? Any way you think of. Again, you can stand up and make it. You can lay down and make it. Any way you think you can make a letter. Mr. Fallon's going to make his letter O like this. And make sure my letter O is nice and round. Did you make your letter O like this? All right. Now let's see if you can make a letter L. How can you make a letter L? Again, standing up or laying down. Either way is okay. You can even make a capital letter L or a lowercase letter L. Mr. Fallon's going to make his letter L like this. Alright, let's do one more together. Let's see if you can make a letter M. How could you make a letter M with your body? That one's going to be a little more difficult. A letter M. And Mr. Fallon's going to use his legs for the outside of the M and his arms for the center. Do you see Mr. Fallon's letter M? Did you make a letter M like this? Boys and girls, this game is so much fun and there's so many different things that you can do. This is your challenge for today. See if you can go through the alphabet and make the whole alphabet with your body. Maybe standing up, maybe laying down, maybe uppercase, maybe lowercase. If you have somebody at home to make letters with, perhaps you could try to make the letters with somebody at home. For example, if there was somebody here with Mr. Fallon, I could make a letter L by standing here, and I could have somebody lay down there and make the other part of the letter L. But unfortunately, Mr. Fallon doesn't have anybody here to make letters with. Perhaps that's something that you can do. And then if you get so good at this challenge, and if you have a few people at home to try, you can try to make a word. And boys and girls, if you do make a word, or if you do make your letters, take a picture, take a video, send it to Mr. Fallon. You'll be on Good Morning Muscles tomorrow. That would be so awesome. Wow, boys and girls, what a great day. You did some hard work today. We got so strong, had a ton of fun. This is going to be just a great, amazing day. I can tell it's going to be. Boys and girls, keep working hard. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Good Morning Muscles. Wake up with us and let's kick off a great day. See you tomorrow, muscles.